Hey guys, I got a new thing. This is a little 1992 Honda CR80R. It's a racing dirt bike, two-stroke. And as you can see, it's a little rough around the edges. I'm gonna try and fix it up, get it nice and clean. This is more of a cosmetic flip video, if you like those. This is what we got. So this tank is pretty rough. This plastic is so dry and pitted. It still holds fuel and stuff, but man, this thing's been ridden. Plastics are just barely hanging on. Don't even have a front fender. So I pulled this off. I don't know. Air filter is pretty bad. They don't really make plastics for these anymore. But I ordered these massive plastics that I think I can adapt. So we'll try those. And then we've got some cleaning to do. Pressure washer, and some new paint remover, things like that. I'm excited. I've always wanted to work on a little dirt bike. It's mechanically sound. I've ridden it, runs okay. Kind of weird wired stuff here and there, like it's not holding together super nice, but we can fix that little stuff. You know, lots of baling wire, hold things together. I mean, it works, but yeah. So I pulled off this piece of junk fender, and this new one looks like it'll actually work pretty well. It's a little big, but it looks really nice. I just gotta figure out exactly how to drill the holes for that. This is gonna be a chore. I've been trying to strip some of this paint off, and it's just a plastic brush, but this plastic coat or whatever they put on here is pretty on there. So, got lots to do. I think, at least these three pieces. This one's ready for paint. And I found this decent, whole bonds to plastic, nice red paint, which is relatively similar to that. So I think that might do. And then looking at this seat, this actually is like pretty similar. Again, kind of big, but I think it can be trimmed and fit. Ow! So, on this piece in particular, it's missing this little cross member thing. So I've been doing some CAD, some cardboard aided design, and found that I can probably cut a piece and plastic weld it in there. But then I was like, man, where am I going to get plastic like this? Well, we've got the spare nasty old fender, and we can just cut that out of there. That should do for us. Also, these giant scissors from Harbor Freight, super good for cutting through. You can cut through license plates with these things. But they'll cut this plastic just fine. It's a bit thick, but should be able to weld in and fix our issue. That's with that new piece plastic welded in. I think that'll look really good on the bike. So here we have the lovely seat. And the bolts just spin. This one's actually stripped. Pretty bad. I'm gonna break this under plastic if I don't figure this out. Well, this is garbage, right? I just manhandled it off. I wonder if there's any air pressure in these. It's not supposed to be. Whoa. So that's like the buildup. I thought these were for pressurizing the forks, but they're actually just to relieve built-up air pressure. So that one had like almost 12 psi. Let's see how this one looks. 21. So those haven't been open for a while. If you want a stiffer ride, you can add air pressure, is what I read. Don't really want any extra rust inside the frame. Don't want this to fill with water when I'm pressure washing, so throw a little of this on there. Keep it sealed up. And I found a little cap for the exhaust. Just put that right in there. Okay, I think we're ready to clean this thing. And I shoved some rags and bags and things in the airbox, so that should be fine too. Okay, here's where I'm at. I just finished sanding this with some fine grit blocks. So this is all paint prepped. I had to remove a bunch of paint that was in between in there. We've got some yellowing, but overall this tank is in decent shape. But we're ready for paint. I'm going to try and use Cerakote. Just got to mask some things off and then attach some wire so I can hang it. It's like a video game when you're looking at a car or something. Alright, so what we have here is a rare moment where two of my videos overlap and you get to see it. So that's the gas tank for my big bike, and I want to do it right, and I also want to do the plastics right for painting. So I'm going to test painting the gas tank on the small bike right here and see how that turns out. Here it is all prepped and hanging, good to go. What we're working with today is this Cerakote Air Cure C-Series. It's just bright white. $70 something for this little 1 liter bottle, which is crazy. Been shaking it for like 20 minutes. Got my safety gear, filter, should be pretty simple, just like applying any other coating. I watched the video and everything. The only problem is I don't have a sandblaster, so I did hand sand this surface. We'll see how that turns out. They say you have to sandblast it so that it can adhere better, but I did my best with what I had. Just gonna get a little air ventilation. I don't want to stir dust up, but I do need the garage to breathe. But yeah, I guess it's time to lay some paint, and we'll see how this turns out. I really don't know. Super excited about this. If the Cerakote works, that's gonna be awesome. I've heard Cerakote is like one of the best coatings there is, mainly for like metal and high temp parts, but this is UV resistant, and I've heard other people use it on gas tanks before, so let's give it a try. Well, Cerakote is maybe the way to do it. Came out really, really nice. I'm very pleased with it. Obviously, this part of the tank was really pitted from rock chip and, drying out. I could coat it some more. I could have filled that with like some JB Weld or something and sanded it down, or some body filler, I don't know. This is mainly to just make it look fresh and protect it from UV, which I think this will accomplish it really well. Really nice finish. Unfortunately, I walked up and touched it with 3 fingers, and I made these spots in it. That was like 2 or 3 hours after it had been applied, but yep, Cerakote works really good for these tanks. For gas tanks, at least. actually worked out great. Honestly, I'm pretty impressed I was able to close those things. I should have done a before shot. Looks pretty good. Now there's not going to be any water getting in. And it'll be a little stronger on the tail. Now we just need paint. And of course, for this cancerous lump, I'll grind it down a bit, smooth it out, and then paint it. But that should be nice and strong now. That is some thin metal to weld. Just turn the welder all the way down. We were good. Went over this with a file. Now it looks nice and smooth. Taped up a bit. Also scuffed a lot of this frame with some Scotch-Brite. Gonna go ahead and paint it now. Then I noticed this 30mm nut is loose, so that's not good. Get to that, but gonna go ahead and throw some paint on here and make this look nice. Nice, fresh. I was able to tighten up that nut. I got a little overspray and stuff on these, but this white paint actually came out really nice, so that's looking good. Alright, I've been avoiding this swing arm. Should not be able to go side to side like that. It's hard to film it on the stand, but anyways, it's time I did something about this. Got my tank hanging up for long-term curing. Oh, it's a 14. Oi. Okay, not so bad. Take this chain off. Should have done this first. Yeah. Wow, those threads are dirty. Oh! Dang it. Don't push the brake when it's disconnected. Oh! Duh. Right on my fresh paint. Another linkage. rusty. Okay, well I got some new parts, some swing arm bearings, and also the little bearing for the swing arm shock mount thing. I'm going to start with this shock mount bushing. Honestly should do all these, but they feel fine, besides this guy. Oh yeah. Ew. Yay. I thought that was helping. Guess I'll have to heat it up. So of course I wasn't filming, but I just had an explosion on the press here. Got the little bushing out. Yeah, that was really stuck, but not that stuck, because when I busted it open I was like, oh, there's an O-ring in here. That's kind of interesting. I realized that there was retaining clips. There's a retaining clip on either side of this thing, and I was trying to forcefully get past the retaining clips. There's one of them. Everything looks okay. Nothing's really damaged. I should be able to slide the new one in from this side and butt up against that retaining clip, and then reuse this retaining clip on this side, and then install my seals. I was just pushing the whole thing as an assembly out, so that was crazy. Got it all cleaned up. Should be able to push in the new bearing. Be a little more careful this time. I know it's not greased. I'm gonna go back and do that. Okay. Time to go back together with grease now. This in like this. This here. Just press it in. Same thing on this side. That guy there. Our seal. Yeah, we should be good to go. This is going to need fresh grease. But it doesn't look terrible. Alright, I'm going to say that's good to go. Now we can do the swing arm. Grease on the needles. Slide thing goes in like that. end cap. Alright, I'm trying to adapt this. I'm pretty sure these are the holes I need to be on right here. I'm going to drill those, mount it, and then try and get the third one figured out where that needs to land. I don't want to mess up the point where I want to drill, so I'm going to heat this up and kind of use it as a center punch in plastic, but with heat. It should be plenty hot for what we're doing. If I can just mark these now. Ooh, that's hot. I grabbed it too low. Can melt my hole. Honestly, I could probably just push this thing straight through. But that's where our drill bit's gonna land. Alright, I should be able to just drill these straight through. Wow, it's super easy to drill through. I've been drilling through a lot of metal the last few days, and this is a nice change. So now we can mount this up. It's pretty sturdy as is, to be honest. Gosh, does it change the look of the bike though? I've been staring at this thing bare for so long. Clears everything. Fits real good. I don't even know if I need to do that. Probably should. But it's sloped, so it's going to be hard to mount. I'm going to leave it for now because I'm lazy. Can always buy another one. Put the number plate back on. It's literally just one screw. The back didn't come out very nice, but the front looks pretty good. Sweet. Yeah, the red doesn't match. It's okay though. Just needed some good paint. I think tank installation was what was next. That makes it look a lot better. That piece was terrible before. This is still fragile though. So I'm trying to estimate where to cut this big new piece of plastic, this rear fender. The old one you can see from the mount points was a lot shorter, so that doesn't need to be that long. Looks sweet though. It's massive. I'm gonna try this clean wood scroll saw blade. Let's see how it goes. worked pretty well, but for a lot of it, it was just melting through because I was moving fast, or the blade was moving fast and I was moving slow. This seat needs a little bit of love. I don't know what to do about this stud that's totally screwed up. Really only have one mount point now. Ooh, it's got a good leak on it. This is why you only pour in a little when you do this. Let's see if I can tighten it up. Great. Frick. Well, that explains it. Kind of a sad gasket O-ring, I mean. Oh, two stacked up. Very dried out. Okay. I think I could fix that. I found a spare. It's old, but it's still got life in it. So it actually fits here really well. We'll see how that does. I think I know why they stacked two up though. It doesn't look like that's gonna crush. So I might need to get a washer. Alright, got a little washer here. Let's see how this works. Seems good. Let's see if it starts up. Well, that's awesome. Fired right up. Well, I think I'm going to end this episode here. So that's it for part 1 of the Honda CR80R. There's still plenty to do on it. By the output sprocket, there's an oil leak. I still need to get a new swing arm bolt. The one I got was wrong. There's no chain slides on the bottom of the chain, so you got to do that. A few other little things. Please subscribe. You'll be able to catch the next episode if you do, and we'll get a lot more done on this bike. And I already took it for a ride. It ran really well. It was super fun. I just didn't film it, so I'll be doing that next episode. I hope you enjoyed this. Please like, comment, let me know what you think, and most of all, subscribe, because it helps me out. Thank you. See you in the next one. So there should be a lower chain slide, but this is just riding on a bolt, I think. Yeah, just straight on a bolt. And then same with over here. There should be something between the frame and that. There's actually the mount hole, but there's nothing. So you can see the chain wear that's been happening. But that shouldn't be too bad to figure out. And then it's pretty hard to film, but that output gear is loose, and I think the seal is just totally blown out. That's where the oil's coming from. So I'm going to check that out in the next episode. Get a new swing arm bolt, because this one is too short and also not thick enough. Other than that, bike's looking really good.